Hello, and welcome back to, unfortunately, the continuing rather than the completed, but hopefully the last, we'll see, video for Slimey-Wimey the Devastator. Where last we left off, Slimey-Wimey was kicking ass, but did you really need to know that? And I had gotten into Zot 3 and been interrupted yet again and couldn't finish my run again. We have a naturally hungerless firestorm. I want to point this out for anyone who missed it. Thanks to the 48 intelligence I've acquired and the massive spellcasting training, which I can honestly turn off at this point because I don't even know what I'm saving spell levels for anymore. I mean, I can pick up a few more and I'll be happy, but I don't need any of them. We now have naturally hungerless level 9 Firestorm, and thanks to the spell enhancer robe we're wearing, the power is already maxed. We will continue to train defense skills, dodging, shields, fighting. Fighting is only half trained, and it's already giving me 247 base health. Well, okay, that's not correct. I am wearing a ring of regen HP plus 15. So it's giving me 230 base health. Guys, I don't know what to say. I am seriously tempted to keep this run going longer and just say forget the initial goal of quick win with a Naga. Let's do some ziggurats or something fancier. Knowing my nature, that will mean getting Necromutation online. So let's see how impossible that is. Necromancy 0, Transmutation 0. So it's possible. Fuck it. Let's devote training time to those schools, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. See how that is. We'll focus on transmutation because between the two of them, that at least will help my dig spell a little bit, theoretically. And yeah, if I can get transmutation up and running in convenient time frame, hell with this. We can just keep this going a little bit longer, maybe. One other thing I need to do is change the letter capital T Firestorm to something a little bit easier to cast, because I'm now able to spam it a lot more. The only limitation being my mana. E, however, is a bad letter for it for me, so let's try a different letter. T would be a good letter, actually, ZT. So let's immediately blast the electric golem from range. And now that he's crippled, we'll just poison arrow him to death. Transmutation levels up twice on my first kill. I do have a means of channeling back mana, so that's not the issue. It is, however, a very hungering method, with no ability to reduce said hunger. The dragon is turning to fight. How quaint. Yeah, another poison arrow should finish it. We're gonna butcher that dragon and eat it. And then we'll just channel back that mana and eat it again. And finish up the food. Perfect. Now, abandoning Sifmuna is a bad idea in general terms because of his punishment. He drops your ability to gain experience, and he drops your experience on pretty much all skills as a blanket. And once he's done doing both those things to you, he persists with his wrath until you've gained sufficient experience to wait it off, which he has already made difficult on account of the fact that he, you know, is slowing down your experience gain rate. So none of these things are pleasant, and it can result in spells that you relied on because you had just enough EXP to cast them becoming uncastable. However, given that the vast majority of my ability to cast spells right now, not a vast majority, a major chunk of my ability to cast spells right now is coming from my 48 intelligence, none of which Sifmuna has a hand in, abandoning him is not impossible. If I intend to do ziggurats in the long run, it would be well worth my while to switch over to Vehumet, especially now that Sifmuna has already granted me the spells that I require, or more accurate would be to say, because I've already found that Sifmuna has already served his purpose at this point in the game. Necromutation, 100% fail. Okay, well, wait it out. We are only level 3 in the respective skills, and we can do significantly better. Also, I can always wear a Ring of Wizardry if I have to, so there are options. Poison arrow. Poison arrow. Oh, that was why I must have lost my delayed fireball before. Dispelling Breath can dissipate your buffs, including my stored fireball. Poison arrow. Why did I use fire against him? He's a freaking flame dragon. Firestorm. Firestorm. I like Firestorming this guy because he's vulnerable to nothing and strong to pretty much everything, but now I'm just gonna Poison Arrow him for the finisher. Actually, I shouldn't do that anymore, should I? Because if you really think about it, the only benefit to using Poison Arrow is the mana it saves, and if I'm in a position to channel back that mana with any sort of convenience, yeah, it's not necessarily as good a move. New books, huh? Thanks, but no thanks, Sif. You're a real pal. You know that? Go ahead, Butcher. Oh, that's the whole floor. Next floor, please. Is Tiamat among them? No. Then I'm not scared of you guys yet, so we'll Firestorm you until you're dead. That was a failed Firestorm. So one thing, no matter how good you do, you're always vulnerable to the miscast effect, unless you're a Sif follower. As a Sif follower, however, I'm fine. Am I standing on fire? No, I'm not. Okay. Oh, I see. It doesn't matter if I'm standing on fire or not. He's shooting me. Well, that's all of them. Let's go ahead and channel mana back. Now, if I was a Vehmet follower, I would already be at full mana. I wouldn't have to do what I just did. If I'm going to go the whole Vehmet route, though, and abandon Sif, I at the very least owe it to myself to first train up my evocations, so that I have the ability to channel back mana properly. I don't even know if I found a Staff of Channeling yet, to be honest. Channel... Nope, I have not. So, you know, there are prerequisites to that sort of a switch that I don't yet fulfill. And being overly reliant on the sort of mana recovery which is not on demand is not a good thing in my book. You need to be able to on demand get your mana back quickly. Of course, I'm talking in the terms as if I've already decided I'm doing the extended endgame, which I have not. Let's blink away from this situation before it gets ugly. We'll use a controlled blink to make sure we end up somewhere good. That would be K. And I want to be all the way here. Okay, you know how I said I want to be somewhere good? That was the opposite of where I am now. So we are going to teleport immediately. Crap. I just lost all my scrolls, didn't I? Yeah, none of these are things I want to lose, but none of them are anything I can do with anything about, so I'm not in a situation where I can afford to start dropping stuff. There we go. Successfully blinked away. Blink away. Firestorm. Release the stored fireball, please. And fire off another fireball. We got him. Okay. Gain mana. Kill the toe. Please just kill the toe. Don't kiss it. Just kill it. Partially resists indeed. Come on, how did you not die? Okay, mana back. It must have blinked somewhere else. Hopefully within range of that blast. Shit. The ghost moth is gonna see me any second. It didn't see me. Dig. Swiftness. Mana. Dig. Blink. Blink is 2 attempts to free yourself from constriction. That's why I like to blink instead of just stepping away. Okay, now where are we going? Towards the one safe entrance. Presumably the Moth of Wrath that caught me the first time came from there as well. Don't even know where that was from. Hopefully I can get enough mana to do a controlled blink. I don't want to waste my control blink when I'm in its grasp, though. There we go. Perfect. Vision. Control blink. Get me all the way the hell away from that thing. Firestorm. Jesus. What can I do that will kill them both quickly? Nothing really. It's one or the other, and I vote for the one. We'll worry about the other shortly. Let's cold blast you. That did not kill you. Let's blink. Mana back, mana back. Orb of destruction at point blank range. That should end this. Yes, it did. That was way too difficult. I'm glad I survived. There's probably a better way to do it that I just didn't think through. But these tentacled monstrosities are really proving to be a pain in the ass. Because that's the thing, they can survive a lot of firestorming thanks to their total resistance. Interesting question. How's necromutation coming along? Already possible. Not likely, but possible. Okay, I want to be very careful. The Moth of Wrath has already nearly killed me twice by, not directly, but by proxy. And that requires a little bit more caution to prevent it being a third time or worse. Not nearly. Okay, Tentacle Monstrosity is down. One of those is a summoner, so we'll just back off. There we go. Now that's a much healthier kill spot. There's the summon. I could have sworn that was a orb of fire, but no, it looks like they hellfired my fire vortex. Can't believe they're that stupid. Get myself a temporary ally, just to, you know, do things like bite Iron Devils for me. Okay, new book, don't care, drop the book. I don't even know why I pick them up if I'm not even going to read them. Let's go ahead and eat everything that's here to get back to capable state, and go ahead and even hold on to some of the food for later. Also, let's wake these guys up. And swiftness. There we go. Paralysis. Oh, Zot Trap. Ooh, unknown potion. Wonder what that could be. Porridge. My satiation right now must be insanely high. Okay, see, when you catch the ghost moth and you're ready for it, it's an instant death for the ghost moth. 85%. Okay, so necromutation has gone from impossible to possible to less likely, but more likely not than so. We'll see how much we can improve that over the course of just one more floor. I remember when I was considering hanging on to some form of not fire, elect resistance on account of that dragon. Great. There was a shadow dragon in the room that I didn't even get to see on account of the fact that I just killed it without even knowing it was there. Well, you may have roasted my robot, but I'm the master chef here, and I say your goose is cooked. Yeah, that was a Donkey Kong Country quote. Don't know why it just sprang to mind. Yeah, we're not going to be eating that. That flesh seems hydrochloric acidy. Alright, so no unknown blue cloaks. Blue quality cloaks. Alright, we've already decompressed this floor enough that I'm no longer seeing those hordes that I was earlier on. It takes so much more mana to kill that way than it does like firestorming. Eat my way back to fullness. Also, go ahead and get that delayed fireball charged up. It's not a lot, but it is a DPS boost because the time it takes to cast is actually 0 once you've already got it charged. Alright, floor complete. I've lost almost all my scrolls in the process of completing my way down here. Hopefully I preserved a magic map somewhere earlier. I did. Let's go back to where I left my scrolls when I first realized I wasn't going to be able to keep them all. Also, do I need a scroll of blinking? I will carry one of them with me. I'd rather lose my last one, especially now that I have control blink, so. But yeah, I'd rather lose my last one than be caught in a situation where I just need something to control Blink without mana. Although now that I think about it, on this last floor, the scroll of blinking would act as an ordinary scroll, wouldn't it? Because C-Telly is not permitted, so there's no point whatsoever in carrying it with me. Whoa, and that's an embroidered cloak. Perhaps just the one thing that we've been looking for. Nope, definitely not the thing I've been looking for. Necrom. Just curious how this is coming along. 63%. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to look for spells to replace at this rate. Okay, that's a 1 in 100 chance of happening to fail Firestorm twice in a row with a 10% failure rate. Good old clustering illusion makes it seem like it happens much more often than that. No, I don't want to blink. Cancel the blink. I wanted to orb. Okay, well you're gonna kill most of my army, so let's just let you do that while I charge up. And then orb you repeatedly. Alright, next floor please. Magic. We are very close to the orb chamber, which is not a good place to be. Just got rid of the Moth of Wrath, which is good. We're gonna slow down on this training of necromutation stuff and pick up evocations a little bit. Not much, just, you know, the same way that I have approached this whole possibility of extended endgame. Not gonna do it, but if I were to do it, what would I want to have? Oh, you piece of crap. I'm just gonna kill you. Carry some of his flesh with us. Oh, wow. I'm adjacent to a gold dragon. So my best spell for I think what I'm noticing is that when I'm adjacent to someone or just close enough that I can't Firestorm for whatever reason, my go-to options are Orb of Destruction at melee range, which is a bad thing to do because it's so little damage by comparison to how much it should be, and Poison Arrow, which is 50-50 because if it's an enemy that I was having a hard time with killing a Firestorm, presumably how they were able to reach me, then it's not going to be any more effective. If anything, it's going to be even less effective. Okay. You are going to die in one shot. You are going to die in multiple shots, but at least one. I am close enough to the stairs that I can potentially outrun an Orb of Destruction, should the need arise. So that's why I'm not worried about the amount of noise I'm making doing this. And it is a lot of noise. I'm one-shotting I'm firing off blasts of Firestorm, one after the other. Drop L, grab a bread ration, poke my head in, spam butterflies for a little while. Alright. Nothing like getting your enemy to reveal his position thanks to a bunch of butterflies. Where was the Annihilator? I don't see it anymore. Oh, there it is. We're just gonna fire in the hole in his direction. See if he's still here to play another round. We played it once your way, Khan. You in for a rematch. Alright, let's go all the way up. Boom. Alright, check out this. So I'm being very cavalier about clearing out Zot 5, but if you'll notice, no matter how cavalier I'm being, I'm still applying some correct tactics, such as do not rush straight into the main chamber, but rather clear out the side areas first. obvious, I suppose, but you know, I'm curious what a lich snake looks like, because you know, I've noticed that at least on some occasions, like with the Octolich, Octowitch the Octolich, who mastered Firestorm, they draw the character differently when he's up. Oh, I just entered the lungs, so let's again spam butterflies for a little while. Make sure to draw out my enemies, and then turn on swiftness, turn on haste, and now we're gonna start fighting because the lich is close enough that we're getting these 3-in-1 attacks. I don't care. Firestorm a third time. Back off. We got an ancient lich. That was worth a lot. Any food? None? Fine. Just eat a bread ration. I don't care. I don't have time for this shit. Okay, Orb of Fire just walked into play. That means I need to put on Resist Mutation, which means I need to remove Curse in order to put on Resist Mutation. How are we going to kill this guy? Well, let's set it up so that my blink will take me in the right direction, in all probability. With swiftness and haste on board, I can probably escape him. I really don't want that guy shooting at my back. Fire on fire is going to work, but it's going to take a lot of shots. Orb of Destruction is 50-50 if it even hits, but it's going to be way better damage if it does. Okay, 2 Orbs of Destruction hit. I'm content to Firestorm the remainder. Beautiful. Got him. Unfortunately, it occurs to me that because I've lost almost all my remove curse scrolls, yeah, the only ones left are probably in stores and a couple that I've dropped. If I'm in this situation again where I need to put on my, where I need to swap amulets, it could be the last time. So, I guess no more Gormon for the rest of this floor, is what it comes down to. Mutation resistance is just plain more important, and food is obviously not an issue at all. Very soon I'm going to be a lich, and then food will be completely meaningless. So it's to my advantage to not give a damn as far as food's concerned now. Not that I've been doing a terrible lot to conserve my food in general, mind you. It's just even less important than 0 at this point. Still wearing the mutation resist, so we're just going to go straight to town on these guys. I would like to fire off Orbs of Destruction from this location. I think the Orb of Fire... Nope, it didn't die. But it got significantly beat up. So this should be a killing blow. Nope, it got out. That's a killing blow. I'm out of mana completely. If I was a Vehumet follower, I'd be fine. Unfortunately, this puts me in the unfortunate situation of needing to run from a full-fledged health Orb of Fire. I'm going to save up my mana for the 1 controlled blink that I'm likely to get. Do I have a potion of... you know what I can do? I can eat the ambrosia and then cure out of the confusion, because now's the time. That took way too many turns. I thought it would be instant. Clearly I was wrong. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to control blink away while swiftness. Are we at full mana? We are at full mana. Excellent. Haste. And now that we're full mana and haste, we might as well start making good on what full mana and haste does. Ambrosia took more than 1 turn to do its effect, is what was happening. I've been mutated despite my resist mutation. But it's a meaningless mutation, it's just minus to my dexterity. Which, while I say it's meaningless, not that it's harmless. Or sorry, it's such a small problem so as to be irrelevant in the greater scheme of things. Probably the thing that was the problem was the contamination more than anything else. I don't have any means of curing the contamination on me, so I'm just gonna have to suffer it upstairs and make sure I'm wearing resist mutation to try and limit the scope of the damage. Okay, Dex -2. Fast metabolism. Honestly, on this grand scale of things that could have happened, that's about the least I could have expected. If I had had a slowness mutation thrown on, I would be like, ha, that's... I think you're cheating. I'm gonna take a different staircase. Guy's fucking cheater. At the very least, it was cheaty-faced. So we're just gonna maximize the distance to improve the number of vortexes between me and him. And just blast him. I know he's still there. I can see him attacking my fire vortices. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other lunga this time. Shallower, less distance to have to run if things go wrong. And at the end of the day, every little step I take towards making this a safe floor to teleport on is a good step in the I might get lucky direction. If everything goes wrong, I might still be okay. Oh, god damn it. Low on mana. Refuel mana. And there's no reason to take this on this on without decent hunger status too. I suppose I can settle for full. Poison arrow, yep, one turn kills. And how many of you guys are there today? I'm pretty sure that would have nailed him. It did nail him. Let's Firestorm. That should slow him down because he's going to attack the fire vortexes, hopefully. It may have killed him actually, because he should have been here if he was alive. Oh, there he is. Just slow played me. That's all he did. I have swiftness without haste, and I'm at melee range. Let's try a random blink. That put me in a worse situation, didn't it? I don't have the means of getting a ton of MP right away, which is what I need. Ambrosia and curing takes too long. We've already seen that. It's not like I'm dead, but this is what the game looks like 3 turns before you're dead. I vote for Wand of Haste. Give me some options. Okay, and now, before he's here, gain up my mana, put it all into this. That should have killed him, and he's the one thing that didn't die. Potion of Resistance. Just maximize my resist fire to 3. I don't want to take any chances. I need to channel up mana and then kill him. That's all there is to it. He's still being distracted by my orbs because he's a moron. Melee Orb of Destruction should be plenty at this point. Get a Gold Dragon into play and use that meat to heal my mana up to full immediately. Okay. We're not dead. But you see why I said this is what a situation looks like before you end up dead. Despite all my defenses, I'm down to half health. I'm going to hide here in this corridor to minimize the chances of anything catching me off guard. And then, when I'm good and ready, I'm going to do a once-over of the nearby floor, because the last thing I want is to retreat to the staircase only to retreat into the arms of a cheaty-faced, I just appeared out of thin air, ha ha ha, orb of destruction. Or fire, whatever. Also, how's Necromutation coming? I completely forgot about that. 20% fail is fine. Don't study it anymore. If I really care, I can do other stuff. Evocations is coming along quite nicely. At this rate, I will... Shit. At this rate, I'll be able to do whatever I need to with it in no time. Alright. Drop the fire. Oh wow, that was a Curse Toe effect. Half my health is gone. If ever I was in danger from a stray orb of destruction or fire, this would be the time, so let's go upstairs and fix that. Tell ya, for anybody who doubts it, the #1 strongest tactic in this game, the most OP thing that every character has access, which every character has access to, is the stairs. Don't ever doubt it. Swiftness and repel missile. I will go ahead and add haste onto that as soon as I see an enemy. Not an enemy that's worthy of it, just an enemy. Also, yeah, let's bread ration this shit. Enemy. Haste. No, I channeled 3 times after the attack. Channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times after the attack. And just to make it perfectly clear for anyone who doesn't know, evocations training is in no way helping my channeling. Sif Muna uses invocations, not evocations. I'm doing this strictly on the off chance that I have a change of heart and decide to continue this run longer. Because if I do abandon Sif Muna, or even if I don't, the crystal ball will still be nice, but yeah. You weren't there a second ago. I really wish enemies couldn't spawn within your vision range like that. It's irritating. I just meleeed him to death. Alright, swiftness on. Crossing the orb chamber. And I've already cleared this from the other side, so it can't be that bad. It's not that bad. Floor clear. Game clear. All I have to do is pick that up and go out of here, and game's over. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, I just got multi-cursed by a Zot trap, okay. So that's the end of the game right there. Should I choose to take it? Let's just remove curse on everything real quick, for simplicity's sake. Yeah, I can't decide whether to win this or whether to go long. Int 48 is the only reason I'm considering it, honestly. It's just, that is not something you get every day. I still have a basic buckler. Gloves of Strength can be replaced with anything at this point quite happily. Yeah. Which means I could potentially get my int even higher. I have plenty of training left to do. My fighting is only half of what it could be. I mean, this is a 3-rune run, for Christ's sake. I have a lot of growth potential left. And still less than 100k turns. That's just swell. You know, a win is a win, and who really wants to sit through watching me play extended endgame and basically farm a Super Naga for hours and hours? That doesn't sound like fun. If I wasn't recording this, maybe then it'd be different. It'd be like, yeah, just, you know, play this and farm, but that's not what Crawl is all about. And quite frankly, it's only a matter of time before anybody who is interested in me continuing that would be like, yeah, why can't you play early game or something a bit more challenging? And that's very reasonable. So I say we just pick up the orb and try to win the game. Before I do, let's drop chunks. Look at my spell list. I can forget Mephitic Cloud and Poison Cloud very easily. So let's go pick up Necromutation. Go. Go. And the reason I'm picking that up is because it will actually make the run potentially a lot safer / easier to not be at risk of torment vulnerability. Go. Alright, forget spell. Certainly Poisonous Cloud can go. There's no reason to keep it except to walk over clouds, which I don't really have much anticipation of doing. Wow, Dragon Form is also easy to memorize, huh? Yeah, let's just have some fun with this. Forget spell, Mephitic Cloud certainly. What else? What can I forget? Forget spell. Conjure Flame. Yeah, you can go ahead and forget Conjure Flame. The day that I Conjure Flame is not anytime soon in this run. Lousy finish. Dragon Form. So we need another point, I guess. What else would be cool to know? Control Teleport actually is going to be vital. Can't believe I don't have that yet. Definitely take that and forget any for funsies, because Control Teleport will let me get out of the dungeon a lot safer and a lot faster. Next, scrolls. I should have a scroll pile somewhere. No, I don't. Alright, well, do I at least have a vulnerability scroll that I know of? I'm holding it. Excellent. Read all my enchant armor since I'm obviously not going to be in this game much longer. GZ5. GZ Orb of Zot. Time bomb has been set. Escape immediately. Dun 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 dun. Necromutation, miscast. Oh, necromutation means I can't wield my sword, which means I have no resistance to fire, which is a very dangerous thing to be. So let's be cognizant of that fact, not necessarily afraid of it, but cognizant. Alright, that was a very helpful teleport. Let's get out of here. Where's the next staircase up? Sounds good to me. Let's head for it. I have a little Lich Naga tail. That's nice. But yeah, I'm not gonna make the run as a Lich. What I'm gonna do is use Lich form strictly as an anti-torment device. Because as a rule of thumb, I'm fairly sure I'm going to be experiencing a lot more fire than I am torment. And hunger, don't make me laugh. I've never had a hunger problem this whole game. Okay, there's the one enemy that can't torment me of the fiends. Unfortunately, that doesn't make it even the slightest bit less dangerous. Let's, oh, right, new crawl. You don't take control teleport. You carry the -C tele with you with the orb. Anyway, the orb interferes with the control of your blink? Seriously? Okay, so I can't control the blink direction, clearly. Just activate a teleport, dude. I don't have time for this bullshit. Okay, they weren't kidding about delays translocation. That took forever. Self-haste. I could run right through the fire, but that would be potentially deadly. I would rather take my chances on a Zot summon. Definitely want my mana back, though, so let's fix that. It would be unwise to walk into this. God, I love that comment. Alright, up a floor. Where next? Oh, beautiful. Up a floor. Where next? Oh, beautiful. Up a floor. Where next? Let's dig our way there. Control teleport is going to be useless, I suppose, so meh. What happens if I attempt to cast it? Curiosity. You feel your control is inadequate. Okay, fair enough. I wonder... That flavor text leaves the room for the possibility of it not being total, but still being something. I don't know if that's the case or not. Swiftness, definitely. Next. 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 Wait, what? Oh. Never got there, huh? Next. You have swiftness? Yeah, just keep going then. That didn't even slow him down. Shit. Blow him up. Blow him up before he hits you. Got him. I can take on a hound, that's no problem. But I do need my mana back ASAP. Okay, and just eat whatever rations you have on board. There's no point hoarding anymore. There was never actually a point hoarding, but, you know, I was doing it anyway. Up a floor. Where next? Center of the area. That's fine. Swiftness is not on. Haste is not on. Turn count just shy of 100 grand. I'm not going to make it underneath 100 grand. That's fine, though. I wasn't aiming to. In fact, the fact that I'm this close at all tells me that I wasn't wasting my time farming, which is good. Up another floor, up a floor, up a floor. Wait, how the hell do you get from here to there? Yeah, just diagonal is probably the best. Keep that swiftness going, baby. You know what? I see hounds. Why don't you haste also? That is a smite capable or torment capable creature, but it's not worth switching when I'm this close to getting out of the floor. Switching into lich form to clarify what I mean. Let's teleport. This is a very long way to go to get to the end. Also, if I have a recharge scroll, now's the time. Teleportation. Because Lord knows I ain't gonna have it much longer. Win or lose, the scroll ain't gonna last. Swiftness. Go. Up we go. I'm gonna firestorm you guys to death. And not just because, you know, you had the audacity to try to slow me down, but it actually may prove to be the easiest way to get around you guys. Okay, I blew through all my mana and failed to kill him even with all those firestorms, so melee orb of destruction will kill Plog. I wonder if his name is designed to sound like Trog. But yeah, we're just gonna get right up to the staircase, finish channeling while this guy beats me up, and then we'll leave. Teleport. Surely you can do that. 1, 2. Okay. Very nice. Swiftness. Go around the long way. Boom. Swiftness. Haste. Bread ration. There's an upstairs, like, right freaking here somewhere. There. Go for it. Oh. For the love of God. Quasits? Seriously? You guys were hardly scary back at the start of the game. When I first saw you. Not that I'm asking you to scare me. I'm quite content to have a nice, boring, safe run all the way to the top. Speaking of which... is that a tormentor? That is a tormentor. Oh shit. It got its torment off. Well, happy as it may have been to do so, I'm gonna heal up to maximum, then I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, you know what? Maybe I won't heal up to maximum. Maybe I'll just get out of here. Yeah, just fuck it. Win. Are you sure you want to win? No. Alright, then stay. Sure want to win? No. Alright, then stay. Are you sure you want to win? Yes. You have escaped. Oh my god, they get an extra shot at you? Oh my god, if you died while trying to exit the dungeon, that would be the saddest thing ever. But that is not the case here, and instead... Slimey-Wimey, the adept mage, becomes my least scoring win to date, and escapes the dungeon as a devastator with all honors. It's apparently in my high score / morgue directory, so I'll go take a look at that shortly. Let's, for the moment, however, reflect on the following. In my time playing Crawl, I have won as a Naga, a Minotaur, an Ogre, a Deep Elf, a Spriggan, an Octopode, so that's what, 6 so far? I've also won as a Kenku / Tengu, that's 7. I've won as a Mummy, that's 8. I've won as Felid, that's 9. I've won as a couple Felids actually. So I'm curious, what other races have I? Let's just take a look at the list. I don't remember if I ever won as a Morphoke. Vampire. I won as a vampire. That would be 10. So that's and it's a draconian. That's 11. So at least 11 different races I've won the game with. That's out of a total of through X, so 24. So I'm pretty close to having a 50% race coverage with my wins, which would be pretty cool. I should I think I might actually aim for that with my next crazy play like this. But suffice it to say, this character has ascended, and we're all quite happy to see him rise to power and see him rise out of power and win the game. Here's just the I'll actually just let this whole thing play out. I have no intention of reading through all of it. I did find some really good stuff, item-wise, but I spent most of the early game without good items, and then eventually when Sifmuna's gifting kicked in, it became better and better and better and better. I understand why people like NaWz. If you can magically get past that that statistically dangerous beginning where you are slow, you do have many advantages still. I mean, innate art poison, ability to spit poison are really helpful early game. But the innate slow is very dangerous. If you can get past that innate slow phase and live long enough to start getting some kind of survivability on board, well, you kind of spiral out of control. I had more health than I deserved by the end of that game, and I still had 13, 14 levels of fighting I could have trained up. Wow, just look at this kill list. It's enormous. 50 wolf spiders. 76 yak 2Rs. You assholes stole so many of my good items. 29 jumping spiders. Hogs. Yaks. Soldier ants, gargoyles. I'm just gonna flip through the whole list. You can read it on your own time if you're even marginally curious. I used to keep a count of how many orcs I had killed of all stripes, and then total orc kills count. I'm not doing that this time, but yeah. 79 toadstools. And then there's the collateral kills, which of course includes more orbs of fire. Yeah, there were a lot of orbs of fire in the final area. Don't get me wrong, 4, 5, 6 is totally normal. I mean, permissible. But I've gone through and only seen 1 or 2 before, and this was like 6. Oh, and these would be creatures of my own that I killed. All of my skeletons that I ignored when I collateral damage killed everything. Probably. So 4,500-ish kills total, and an XP list. Wow, it feels like so long ago when I entered the fold of Vehumet, or Sifmuna. She must have been very happy to have put her money in a guy like me. And then there, around floor 30,000, around turn, not even 30,000, probably closer to turn 20,000, 5,000, I already had every book I really wanted for most of the game, except Firestorm. And that early on, you can afford to wait for getting Firestorm. Wait, what was that? Did it say kill Tesla and then notice Tesla? No, notice Nicola, killed Nicola. Okay, it's in the right order. I was just reading it wrong. I don't remember if I ever went back and killed the Maras or not. It's a shame if I didn't. And there you go. After that, I had a couple Panlords on the way out, but it was pretty straightforward. I could theoretically, I could definitely have done 100 grand or less if that was a goal. I simply would have ignored going upstairs for necromutation and taken my chances without. And that obviously would have worked out perfectly well because as you can see, just from the time I memorized that spell to the time I picked up the orb was an extra 220 turns. So if that was a round trip, that would account for the gap in my win count time. Righto, nothing else to share. I hope you all had a good time watching this, as much fun as I did playing it. I'm very happy it ended in a win, but even if it was a ZotSplat in the end, I'd have been quite happy. It isn't. I would like to note that you know how I counted off my wins a little while ago, but if you look over here, you'll see that I've had a ZotSplat with a demon spawn and a centaur, so it's not like I can't bring other races to this point. But I do seem to have a predominance of wizard berserker in most everything I do, at least as starting background. These don't play out the same way necessarily. My different wizards don't always go Firestorm, Necromutation, Lich Form, Mephitic Cloud, Poison Gas, etc. But it's hardly surprising that a player who enjoys a certain start style and can make it work with a wide variety of builds will continue to play that way and will end up winning a lot that way. In any case, I'm done for now. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Thank you all for showing up. Please remember to subscribe, comment, +1, share with friends, whatever, to grow my channel. It always is a wonderful thing to be able to reach a wider and wider audience. And I will see you guys next time.